Hey, what's up, folks? This is Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, channel that always has your back and tells it like it is. Well, today's video is going to be a comprehensive update on Polkadex. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the big time Parachain win, what that looked like, how big Polkadex actually went, when you can expect to see some of those rewards, when they'll start showing up. We're going to be talking about a little bit of partnerships in terms of some of the wallets that they're working with. We're going to be talking about the aUSD stablecoin that was announced. It will be the stablecoin of Polkadex. We got a lot of different things to cover in this video. I'm going to be looking at HODLers in terms of native and ERC20 PDEX. We'll be looking at the chart. Just a lot of different things that we're going to be covering in today's video, including, most importantly, some of the huge roadmap dates for launches of Mainnet concerning the Orderbook and PolkaIDO. So you don't want to miss this, because those dates are coming right around the corner when this thing could absolutely moon rocket upwards. All right. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit the like button. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you click the bell, you'll be made aware whenever I post time-sensitive content just like this. And now let's get it going. All right, so I wanted to kick off today's update on Polkadex by first talking about the big win in the Parachain auction. So the last video I did, it was a couple of days right before it, where I basically said Polkadex will not be denied. And Polkadex came through big, really big. And so this Medium article here, published by the Polkadex team, kind of talks about that they secured almost $14 million worth of DOT in those prices at 973,000 DOT. I mean, just absolutely crazy. We had over 2,300 contributors and over 6,000 contributions. So that was absolutely amazing also. And I wanted to show kind of what that looked like, because at the time, I mean, nobody knew that Polkadex was going to have the turnout that it did. And so that's why I wanted to show you this here over at Parachains.info/auctions. You can see the timeline down here and look at Polkadex, how big it went here. I mean, one of the best showings in recent memory for any Parachain auction. So absolutely just awesome. Really, really cool. All right. Now, going back to the Medium article here, I wanted to highlight a couple other things. One of the things here, they talked about, obviously a thank you, a testament to the widespread belief in Polkadex. This community-driven win was the work of Polkadex supporters around the world. And I'd agree 100%. I think I'd include myself in that group. And that's exactly how I would venture to say all of us felt. So it's a community effort, totally awesome, right? They thank the launch partners. Parallel Finance came through big. Parallel Finance has been making a lot of news lately with the TVL that's on there, the total value locked. A lot of people investing into crowd loans through Parallel Finance, so definitely check them out. We also had Equilibrium and Bifrost, who later won a Parachain auction. So pretty awesome. And Equilibrium and Parallel Finance, I think both of them may have won a Parachain auction recently as well. We had central exchange partners from KuCoin, Kraken, Gate, Ascendex, MEXC. Really awesome there. I know when I did mine through KuCoin. It was super easy to do. I'm sure it probably was in the other platforms as well. We had wallet partners, and I was going to talk about a couple of these a little later on as well. But Nova, Fearless, Talisman, Subwallet all contributed. So just absolutely awesome. Now, scrolling down here further in terms of the rewards timeline. So what the rewards ended up being based on the amount of PDEX that was allocated was it equates to 2.05 PDEX per DOT contributed, which was absolutely awesome. Now, the last time that Polkadex went for the Parachain auction and lost, it wasn't anywhere near that. So they really went big on this one, and the community delivered big for them, okay? Now, what they go on to say here is that the rewards will be distributed a few weeks after the early June launch of the Polkadex Parachain. So a few weeks after, so I would say mid-June or so, those rewards should start getting distributed. And one of the things that was also a part of this was the utility NFT. This guy here, the Moon Man, that the top 1,000 contributors will get him, and he basically sits in your Polkadot .js wallet and gives you a discount on Polkadex. So that'll be in terms of who won that. That'll also be coming out in June. So that's really awesome. Now going down here further, it kind of goes down to what does it really mean? And what it means is basically interoperability between all of the other parachains on Polkadot. So that's where this really comes to be really important for any project that's working on Polkadot, is it gives you all of the interoperability of all of the other parachains working off of the main relay chain for Polkadot, right? So totally awesome. Moving forward, so following up that same idea, there was a post here by Polkadex as well as by Acala Finance with a partnership saying that Polkadex will use aUSD as the stablecoin of Polkadex. So that was a big announcement that came out roughly May 19th. So going forward, I wanted to show a little bit about this. So Acala Finance, and hopefully I'm saying that correctly, is another project on Polkadot. And what we're doing here, so this aUSD is obviously a stable coin pegged 1-to-1 to the US dollar, censorship resistant, backed only by decentralized assets and collateralized debt positions. I'm going to explain that in a second. Multi-collateralized, backed by cross-chain and native parachain assets DOT, KSM, ACA, KAR, BTC, and ETH, secure and efficient, and natively cross-chain. So if we cruise over here to the key parameters, this is where you can kind of get a good idea of what they're saying, how this stable coin works. So it's worth explaining, considering what happened to UST recently. But UST was an algorithmic stable coin. This one is different. So this is an over collateralized, decentralized stablecoin. So all that means is basically that it is a stablecoin based upon cryptocurrencies. That's what it's based on, multiple currencies. But the over collateralized part means that it needs to be over collateralized at a ratio of 4-to-1. So you need to have 4 times as many assets for how many aUSD you would want. And so they have an example here of the way this works with that collateral ratio. And so it says 100 DOT valued at 2,000 is deposited as collateral to mint 500 worth of aUSD, the Acala dollar. So the collateral ratio is 2,000 to 500, 400%, 4-to-1, right? And it says, if the DOT price falls down to $10 a DOT, to maintain the liquidation ratio at 200%, the user will need to pay back some of the Acala dollar or deposit more DOT as collateral to prevent liquidation. So that liquidation mechanism is what prevents this thing from ever doing what a Terra USD did. Okay. So I find that just really interesting, and that's who Polkadex chose as the platform to provide their stable coin for the Polkadex Orderbook. So pretty awesome there. Now moving ahead, this was kind of what inspired this whole video. Was somebody had posted a screenshot about this on Twitter, and I saw that and I thought, hey man, there's all the dates, and all of the dates are coming like immediately. So this is what we're focusing on right here. So PolkaIDO, that's the launch pad. Testnet was April, mainnet June. So that's coming June, right? June starts tomorrow. So it's May 31st. I think it's May 31st. Let me check my calendar. Yeah, May 31st. June 1st is tomorrow. On the Thea Bridge, still working on that public testnet. On the Orderbook, so this is another one, late June, early July mainnet. And then on the Orderbook mobile app, late June, early July mainnet. So we got mainnet coming for the Orderbook and the mobile app of the Orderbook. That is absolutely massive. And we've got mainnet coming for PolkaIDO. So we're basically going to mainnet over this month or the following month, and all of the main systems with the exception of that Theia bridge that they're still working on. All right. Now, moving forward, as I mentioned earlier about the wallets, two of the wallets they had mentioned, one was Fearless. The other one was this post here with this Nova wallet that you can now do your staking straight on the wallet. So that's pretty handy. And this is a app that's in your app store that you can download, and you can do it that way, as opposed to getting the Polka.js wallet and doing it all through the mainnet. All right. Let me see here. What was in this post? Oh, here we go. So this was a good one. I wanted to highlight this. So this is simply a picture of the three co-founders of Polkadex. So we've got DePonch, Gotham, and Vivek. And I just wanted to highlight this because, I mean, look at how positive these guys are. I mean, no wonder this is such a good project. I mean, you could just see it, that these guys are like on top of their game. So really wanted to share this photo because Vivek had mentioned this is the first time they had been together. I think he said in like a couple years or something like that. So really cool to just kind of see the positivity, the chemistry between the founders, and you can see why this is such a success. All right. Now, moving forward over to Subscan, I wanted to show Subscan because this is basically the Polkadot version of Etherscan. Right now, there's 3,343 holders of native PDEX right here. If we cruise over to Etherscan, this shows 3,900 holders of the original ERC20 PDEX. And then if we look at this on CoinMarketCap, this is the number based off the ERC20 HODLers, which should go down over time as everybody converts to the native PDEX. All right. Now, lastly, I simply just wanted to show the chart, as I know some people have been disappointed in the chart for this one. And I think the reason why it's sort of done this, first of all, the whole market's gone down, understandable. Secondly, none of their technology was actually live. So, I was thinking about this, when you think of a DEX, usually you're thinking of something like Uniswap, which is on Ethereum, which has really high gas fees. You're not thinking of Polkadot, because what DEXs are on Polkadot? Well, the answer is none. So when this one comes out, this is going to be the main Mac Daddy DEX of Polkadot. And for anybody who saw the recent interview with Gavin Wood in Davos, Switzerland, if you watch that, you can see why Polkadot is one of the best chains out there, and it will continue to be into the future. He is definitely above much of the competition, if not near the top. He is one of the top people in all of crypto, and you can kind of see that, and that reflects into Polkadot as a project. So with all of that info, that's what I've got here in the update, and I want to bring this one on home in a couple of minutes with some final thoughts. If you're enjoying today's video and want to learn more, make sure to visit our website at KIRfinance.com, your one-stop resource shop. Once you're at the site, the first thing to do is provide your email in order to be made aware of future announcements, including blog posts, products, and services. Next, check out the About Me section for a little bit about our mission and how we plan to pay it forward. We also have links to our social media, including Twitter and YouTube. Our brand new Patreon page was also just launched with the website, where users are offered various membership tiers for exclusive content and access. We even have a blog now where I plan to post daily financial articles. There's also a link to our merch shop where we've got KIR Finance product options for the whole family. Our affiliate links are posted for endorsed platforms. Just click the picture. NFTs are also available now at OpenSea.io. We have a financial education section, which includes my book on personal finance and soon-to-be course links. And lastly, if you'd simply like to leave a tip, you also have that option, and we'll mention your support in our next video. Thanks for watching, and now let's get back to the video. All right, so for some final thoughts today. Number one, I don't know if anybody predicted how big Polkadex was going to go in that Parachain winning auction. They not only went big, they went really, really big. I don't think anybody saw that coming. But what that really was a true testament to the community around Polkadex. There's a lot of people like me that have been talking about Polkadex for a real long time. There's a lot of big time investors in Polkadex. There's a lot of people in the crypto space in general that look at what Polkadex has been building and are extremely impressed. So I think all of that really came together for that Parachain win. What that brings now is interoperability with all the other parachains, including somebody like the Acala finance and that aUSD stablecoin. So that's where that comes in. You know, we talked about the partnerships with the wallets. Those are really big. We talked about the mainnet launches for PolkaIDO and the Orderbook that are right around the corner, including the mobile app, which I really want to see. I want to use all of this stuff. I think this is going to be absolutely one of the best DEXs in all of crypto, hands down. So really, really looking forward to that. In terms of the HODLers, you know, that's one thing that you could, when you look at Polkadex, I find that extremely surprising. I think this is just a project that is sort of floated under the radar because none of the technology has been fully live. And that's why it floats under the radar, even though if you stake it right now on Mainnet, you can get significant rewards. This is one of the best coins out there to stake, period. And for some reason, most people totally miss that. So it could be that the technology hasn't been there. So once the technology actually drops and people start realizing, hey, you know, I don't really need Uniswap anymore. I can go over and use Polkadex and get a much better experience, way less. I can have high frequency trading. I can have bots. I can do all this stuff that I can't do with Uniswap. Why wouldn't they come over? It's kind of a no-brainer, right? So I think the future is extremely bright. I was really happy to see that picture of the team. You know, you can see they're all on the same page. Love that. You got to have a team that's in alignment. These guys are all in line. They know what they're doing, and that's why I think, you know, this is one of the best projects out there. And you can just kind of see the homegrown technology that's being built by these guys is just extremely impressive. All right. So overall, very bullish on Polkadex. I know it's been going down in the chart. I know it's been going down for months. Like I said, I think a lot of that hinges on the technology wasn't out as well as the market in general went down. So now that the technology will start getting out there, I think this one could go really, really big. And so I stack with this one daily. Love Polkadex. And, you know, the future is very bright. All right. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget that I am also on Twitter at KIR Finance, where you can find me tweeting and retweeting on a regular basis. So check me out there. And lastly, for a friendly reminder, this is Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, the channel that always has your back, tells it like it is. And I will see you on the next one. Later.